The next piece of application software which is really good to know about is movie editing software. Movie editing software. This is truly amazing that there is movie editing software and that you could shoot movies and you can edit movies. Because I went in 1990 to UCLA to study film. I was interested in going into film. Maybe that's why I ended up making all these movies. But you know, and in 1990, if you wanted to make a movie, if you're in grad school at UCLA's film school, it was going to cost you like 30, 45,000, $60,000, and the grad students had to come up with this money to make a movie to then show to industry, look, I can make a movie, and it cost them a ton of money because you had to shoot on film, on actually film. You had to shoot on film, and then you had to edit with really expensive editing machines. You had to edit that film, and you'd actually cut the film and then tape it back together. And it was just completely laborious and awful and horrible and expensive. And now we could shoot video digitally, and we could throw it into our computers, and we could edit it, and then we could upload it to YouTube, and it costs us like nothing. I have a digital video camera, which I paid 200 bucks for. I already showed it to you, that Canon PowerShot SD, Canon PowerShot, SD camera, just like this one right here, $131, and it shoots high def video. And I take that with an extra 32 gigabyte SD card. I could shoot like 2 hours, 3 hours of video, and then I just take the SD card, plug it into my computer, and I download it into my computer, and I edit the movies, and I upload them to YouTube, and everybody in the world can watch them. And it cost me, 200 bucks for my camera, 30 bucks for the SD card, and then whatever I paid for my computer, or wherever I can find a computer. That's going to cost you about 1,000 bucks to get a computer with good processing power. So what software can edit movies? And there's really 4 kinds of software that are out there. There's a lot, but the 4 main ones would be Apple Final Cut Pro, which is for the Mac. And then you also have iMovie, which is part of iLife for the Mac. And iLife is a software suite, which includes iPhoto, iMovie, GarageBand. And iMovie is for the Mac. That's like the light version. It'll edit movies. It doesn't give you a lot of power, but it does a nice job, right? You don't have a lot of granular control over editing your movies but here with Final Cut Pro, check out this timeline. You could have multiple clips. You could have video clips on top of video clips with fading transparency between the video clips. You could have multiple, tracks with sound down here, so you could have different soundtracks. So you have a lot of granular control with Final Cut Pro for editing your movie. How much does Final Cut Pro cost? I have no idea. Of course, you'd want to look for the academic version, but for 300 bucks, I'm not sweating it. I'm not sweating it. This is amazing software for 300 bucks. If you're working on the Windows side, then you've got Adobe Premiere, which is like the high end, just like Adobe Premiere and Final Cut Pro are sort of like, the 2 high-end video editing platforms. And this would be for the Mac. The Final Cut Pro would be for the Mac, and Adobe Premiere would be for Windows. And then you also have Windows Movie Maker, which is just shit. It's just crap. But yeah, it's okay. It's the worst of the 4, right? But often it's there in Windows. So if you do not have Windows Movie Maker, you could go to Start, All Programs. Well, heck, just search right here, Start Windows Movie. And I don't see Windows Movie Maker in there. Windows Movie Maker. Yep, not there. Let's just search for movie and see if it comes up. Not there. Let's go to Start and just look around. Not up there. Windows Media. So this is great. So I'm actually going to get to install it here. So where would I find Windows Movie Maker? Well, if I just go to Google, download Windows Movie Maker, and I've got Windows, Microsoft.com. Get Movie Maker. That's going to be, I'm going to want to go to Microsoft's website, right? Microsoft.com, Windows Movie Maker 2.6. I don't want to go to some place like windows-movie-maker.org, right, where it's somebody else's website and they're saying you can download it from us or Kioskia or whatever, because these people might have taken Windows Movie Maker and added a little malicious software, some malware to Windows Movie Maker. So when I download it and install it, I'm actually downloading and installing some things which give them access to my computer, which I would not want to do. So I'm going to download and install this. And I've got 2 links here from Microsoft. So I'm just going to hold down Control on my keyboard, holding Control on my keyboard and left clicking these things opens them in a new tab. I've got this one here, Get Movie Maker, and I've got this one here, Windows Movie Maker 2.6 for Vista. So I'm going with Windows 7, Windows Movie Maker 2012. Get it now, right? Get it now and download now. And that's downloading down here. And if I choose Show in Finder, I will see that this is an exe file, an application. So whenever I install an application on my computer, an exe file, I want to make sure that I trust the source from which I downloaded the software. Because I'm now installing something on my computer, and if it's bad, it will have access to my computer. I'm not going to go so far as to say I trust Windows or Microsoft, in the sense that, they, but I do trust them at the same time. I trust them not to have viruses, mostly, right? So it's something I feel comfortable installing if I download it from Microsoft. So I'm just checking to make sure this is Microsoft right here. That's Microsoft.com, right? The .com falls directly after Microsoft, which is a good thing. And yeah, that looks official to me. So I'm going to install this, and in the next movie, I'm going to show you how to make a little movie.